Good morning. Do you have the courage to be yourself? Do you have the courage to reveal your darker hidden side to another person if you don't know them well? What does it take for you to lower down all your defenses and all the walls in front of you and be yourself in front of the other person if you do not feel that you can trust them yet? Trust comes with time. But whenever you try to get into a certain dynamic between two people, it is important to make the first steps in the right direction. Otherwise, the relationship will turn into friendship and whatever else. Or the woman will assume the natural position of being under man's control. And that is not what you want. How do you do it then? Well, you see, behavior of another person is a reflection of you, your own actions. If you act aggressive towards another person, what would be their reaction? Will it be loving and caring? No, they will be aggressive, perhaps stepping back. But it will not produce different types of actions. I say so many times to you that being passive and doing nothing is great, but doing nothing is impossible. You have to be something, you have to show some sort of behavior. Even staying still is doing something. It is staying still. And sometimes it's really hard to do. It's hard to overcome the desire to say something, to fill the gap, to break the silence because it gets uncomfortable. To think about how the other person can get bored with you because you're not doing anything. Staying still is a hard job. So by doing nothing, I meant doing something, and that is staying still, being yourself, revealing your true nature in front of your C-type person. If the person is not C-type, you have to bring that out in them. How do you do that? By being the S-type. If you take two people of any gender, any age and any sexuality, one of them will be the leader and the other will be the follower. It can't be equal. One of them will say, let's do this, and the other one will follow. And it will never be 50-50. It can get to 60-40, but most of the time it will be 80-20, with one person evidently leading. Even with kittens, it is like that. Why is it like that? Because one assumes the position of the leader and the other assumes the position of the follower and lets the leader lead by following the leader. What does that lead us to? Take any woman you are attracted to. Take any woman you like. She is not any type of woman. She is just a woman you have met. Beautiful, smart, interesting. You like her. Assume the position of the follower from the very beginning. No initiative. Offer options. Ask for decisions. Ask for advice. Stay still. Do the hard job of staying still, of not talking much, of not doing much. And she will assume the position of the leader because she will feel that you are giving her that position, that you are putting her in the position of the leader. If you look in the office structure, and I like to refer to that because it shows a lot of people's qualities, just like in a relationship. Leaders are not always leaders, but if they find themselves in the position of the leader, they become leaders. Were they born leaders? Were they trained to be leaders? Not always. But if other people say, you are the leader, they become the leader. It reminds me about the life of Brian. Okay, that's different. But anyway, there is always inequality. One is the leader, the other one is the follower. Doesn't matter how small the gap is, it is never like this. If you look at any of your friends and couple friends, married couples, maybe your own marriage, you will see that in most situations it's like this, or like this, or like that. I prefer this. Some people prefer that. From the very beginning, you assume your natural position that you feel comfortable in. And sometimes that position is not where you want to be, but you think where you should be by the social pressure and expectations of the woman. And women love to assume a position below. Why? Because nobody has put them at the top yet. You can change this gradually by changing your own behavior, by changing the patterns, by breaking this routine. She has always come up with where to go, what to do, and what time to go. You can change that by saying, no, from now on we're going to do this. Yes, at first there's going to be some friction, but later it is going to change. Well, in your case, it's the other way around. Options, decisions, expect the decisions from the person. It is good at the very beginning of any relationship. Later it is more difficult to change because the person is used to you taking the position of the leader. But if they're not used to you doing anything, then it is really easy to put them in control of you and of certain aspects of your life. You have to use your brain, but you have also to use your courage as well. The courage of being yourself and not being afraid to show your soft side. If you show your hard side from the very beginning, you start to argue, you start to prove your point, you say no. And then, what do you expect? What do you expect? You're going to become the leader. Is that what you want? Equality? Leadership? No. If you don't want to be the leader, if you want her to lead, you have to put her in that position and let her know that she is the leader. And not by saying, hey, now you do all the work, by giving her what? Options, right? That's right, that's right, that's right. And options is not necessarily, is it going to be movies or dinner at the beach? Options is anything. Not trivial stuff. Should I use the blue towel or the pink towel? I like questions like that. Why? Because it reinforces the point that I am in control and I am the decision maker. But if it's about to write something else, should I use the blue pen or the black pen? It's like, come on, man, save my time. Don't ask stupid questions. You got to feel the borderline where it gets too trivial, where you are allowed to make your own choices, and when it gets more complex. What would you like to do? Where would you like to go? What would you like to eat? What would you like me to wear to match your style today? But again, it doesn't end there. What would you like me to wear to match your style? I have this, this, and this. Would that do? Which one would you prefer? Why this conversation today? Because yesterday I got an interesting long email saying living is really hard. Living this way is really hard because you are lost. You're the S-type man from childhood. You love a woman. You want to serve her. She has another man. Serving her will not stop you from releasing that desire in you to serve a woman. She doesn't have to be your girlfriend. She doesn't have to be your queen. If you serve her well, you beat the man that is with her. But it takes time. It takes time and unconditional love, unconditional giving. People are not anybody's. They don't belong to anybody. There are no ownership paper on people. People go where they feel comfortable. People follow their heart, people follow love, people follow their intuition. Rarely people follow morals. If you look at the number of broken marriages, divorces, cheating, it proves the point that people follow their heart. If they're not happy in one situation, they will leave it. They will avoid it. And it is not awfully bad to, say, break a marriage. You don't force anybody, you can't force anybody. If you offer an alternative which is better than what they currently have, and if you can commit to that alternative, knowing that you continually will give them what they want and what they need, and they see it and they're tempted by it, all you're doing is saving them from a life of misery. You're not doing anything bad. You're offering them an alternative. You're offering them choices. You can stay with that, or you can take this. There is an answer to your question. If she is with somebody else, doesn't mean anything. If you are there and you offer her the option of being with you, that is up to her to decide. If you are a better option, if you are nagging and begging her to leave him and come to you, or if you are self-pitying and saying, oh, I love her but she's with another man, that will not bring you anything. Again, don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be ashamed of who you are. I'm not, and you shouldn't be. Because there are people who need you exactly the way you are, whatever condition you are in now. No need to be shy, no need to defend yourself, no need to pretend to be the you, a different you. Just be yourself and follow your natural tendencies. Bo? Today Bo killed a snake. I didn't interfere this time because I didn't want to be killed by both of them. Anyway, you get the point? You get the point. Excellent. Good day.